Welcome to the Intuitive Therapist Podcast with Janis R. Cohen, therapist, clairvoyant, empath, and medium. Listen in as she takes a no-nonsense deep dive into real human struggles and how to resolve them. Janis will share channeled information from her spirit guide team, as well as the angels and archangels, to help you master your emotional, physical, financial, and spiritual destiny. And now, Janis R. Cohen.
Hey y'all, this is Janis Cohen, the Intuitive Therapist here on the Intuitive Therapist Podcast. Welcome to another week. Look, we've all been there time and time again where life just kind of sucks and it's hard. And we've been tripped up and we have fallen onto tough times. And it happens to the best of us. But how do you recover from falling down into the valley, especially the valley of the shadow of doubt, discouragement, overwhelm, and helplessness? And how do you get out of those deep, dark places that hold you prisoner for longer than the expiration date? So today, I'm going to talk to you about that because I don't want anybody who listens to this podcast to feel entitled to camp out in the low parts of life. I don't want anyone to believe that just because life gets hard, and it can get really, really hard, I know. I don't want anyone to believe that life, when it's hard, will win and get the best of you. That's a choice to let life get the best of you. And it's a choice that you can change at any moment. You can get yourself out of the valleys of life. And I'm going to help you do that today. So if you're stuck in one of your valleys, meaning a really tough time, today is going to help. So I have two questions for you today, and I want you to really think about the answers to them and how genuine you are with those answers. So put aside the I don't knows, put aside the real quick answer that comes into your thinking mind, and really sit on these questions. First question, are you willing to get out of your valley? Second question, what are you willing to do to get out? I could talk to you until I'm blue in the face about dark times, what they are, how they impact us, and all of that stuff. But it's not going to do you any good unless you're willing to look at what's going on in your life in a different way. If you're willing to see things from a different perspective, that is how we get out of our valleys. If you are, then like I said, this episode is going to help you. But if you're not, and you think that your current circumstances are the only real measure of the truth of your life, then I can't help you today. So you might as well kind of just move on. Again, it's a choice. It's okay. Just come back to the episode when you're ready to consider other ideas about your life and what it could be. This episode will be here, just like every single one of the other ones, right? And every single one of you will get what you need to get when you're open to receiving it, when it's time. So for those of you who are ready to hear what I have to say, I'm going to ask one thing of you, that you practice radical honesty with yourself as you listen today. That's it. Just be honest with yourself, okay? You're the only one who knows how honest you are. It's between you and Source. It's actually pretty cool to be radically honest with yourself. You get to see what life really is like. And your life circumstances, I want you to hear me. They are not determinants. Your current life circumstances are not determinants of your future. Your bad choices, the ones you consider bad choices, your perceived failures, they are not determinants of what your future can be. They're simply reflections of how you're living your life right now and how you lived your life in the past. The thoughts, the beliefs, the decisions, the choices, and the actions that you've taken in the past that have created your current circumstances that exist in this moment. That's all it is. I'm going to say it again. The evidence of your choices in the past, which I know y'all are getting this, are simply showing up as your current life circumstances. You always have a choice. I talk about choice a lot. So if you have a choice, in the next future moments, which will become your present, you can change what they look like. That's really all they are. And while you can't change the past, y'all, you sure as hell can change what your future looks like I just said. And you've done it more times than you can count. With one single shift in attitude, with one change of a decision, with one shift in what you believe about yourself and what's possible for you, you could change your life. You just need to remember that the state of your life is entirely in your control if you are open to the possibility that things can look different. If you're open to the possibility that you have the capacity to make different choices that are in your highest interest. One shift in thought, one shift in perception, one shift in belief, one shift in choice and action can change everything in your life. And that is always available to you in every single moment. I just want you to remember that. It's the truth, it's real, and it's doable. You're never stuck unless you completely believe that you are. Let me ask you this. Have you ever known someone who was so resilient that you're in awe of them? That no matter what life throws at them, they bounce back. They become better. They become stronger, more confident, more impactful. You can cultivate resilience within you. Do you know that? I think some people have written the fact that you're either born with resilience or you're not. I don't believe that. I think anybody can cultivate a quality or characteristic that they want to once they understand how to do it. And each of us has the opportunity to cultivate resilience or anything else we want to with a decision. It just takes an instant to decide that we are going to become that very thing that we want to become or to embody the very quality or characteristic that we want to embody. For example, if you're a long distance runner, right, and you're on the last leg of your 5K, 10K race, or maybe you're in an Ironman competition, you know that at some point, anybody, even if you're in good shape, you're going to get fatigued. And your mind is going to start shoving all sorts of thoughts at you as your body starts to maybe cramp up, or as sweat just pours down your face and your heartbeat quickens and you are running out of steam. Maybe your mind is saying that you should just slow down or even stop altogether. Now, mind you, you've trained for this for a while, maybe even years, and you're among hundreds of other people who are doing the exact same thing as you are. They're trying to finish the race, and they're trying to reach their goal of crossing the finish line in the quickest time possible. But what makes one person cross that finish line, period, let alone at a faster time, versus somebody else who stops before they finish? Bottom line, commitment. Absolute and total commitment. And this is the basis of resilience. You're all in, and nothing is going to get in your way. You have blinders on. Not even when your body starts to cramp up, or you get dizzy, or you vomit on the side of the road because your body is in overload. Resilience doesn't let you stop when you have a goal to reach. Resistance does. Resilience goes in ahead, right? It steps up to head off the battle with resistance, right? It goes head to head with it. It fights it tooth and nail. Like I said before, it's easy to camp out in the hard times, in the muscle cramps of life. You might call it respite time, but it isn't. The valleys are not respite. Camping out in the valleys of your life only hold you back from crossing that finish line that you so very much want to cross. Sure, it's okay to take a time out, but don't do it for long. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, but don't feel it for too long. It's okay to not know if you're on the right track, but don't feel that for too long. Resilience is always accessible. Everybody has access to it. Resilience is a choice. I remember hearing a podcast episode when I was walking the other day, And I was completely floored by the wisdom of this man that was being interviewed. In fact, I was so impressed that I was guided to send the link to a few people in my life. And because I just felt like there was something in it for them, just as there were many things for me to hear, right? So in this episode, this man made such sense about so many things that I had never thought about, and in the ways that he had thought about them, that he explained, it opened up this this plethora of newness for me. His understanding about life, about the human struggle, about being human, and about faith and love and truth. And I couldn't get enough of listening to him. In fact, I've listened to it several times, and it still blows me away. So comforting. And if you want to listen to it, the interview is on the Ed Milet podcast. Ed's last name is Mylett, and he interviewed Pastor Erwin McManus, Erwin. Last name is Mcmanus. I highly recommend that you listen to this podcast episode. One of the golden nuggets that Pastor McManus talked about was when we're out of alignment with our intention, we enter into despair. That's what depression is, when we're out of alignment with our intention. You see, despair and depression is when reality doesn't match your ideal version of yourself in your life. And you're in a perpetual state of what could be, the regret, the sadness, the melancholy, the loss, the grief of what could be, but you're not living it. You're in internal conflict with how you show up for yourself. So when you're stuck in your valleys of life, be mindful of how in alignment or out of alignment you are with what you want to create in your life, with who you know you can be, with who you know you are. And if you feel downtrodden, understand you are not in the creation phase of your life. You see, each of us has genius inside of us, and that genius exemplifies our potential. And each and every one of us has potential to do, be, and have anything that is in our hearts. I know there are people out there that don't believe that feel like, oh, you know what? I want to be a billionaire. There's no way I'm going to do it. Well, where's the consent form in life? Where's the big whiteboard in the sky that says, nope, you cannot do that? People do it. Desire is not put in our heart to tease us or to cause us to further believe that only the fortunate or the lucky or other people can inherit the wealth and abundance in the world. Your genius might be something like kindness, humor, compassion, or your ability to create art, or to sell, or to teach, or your ability to help others see a different perspective. That's genius. Abundance, wealth doesn't always mean money. Wealth is genius. And it doesn't matter what it is. It matters that you accept that you have genius within you, even if you believe that you haven't discovered it yet. It's in there. We all have it. We are all children of God, and God is genius. So when you're in the throes of life, in the lows, please promise me and yourself that you won't get so lost in the lows that you've convinced yourself that you can't get out and climb towards your peak, let alone reach it. Each of us has the same ability to reach our desired outcomes. Each of us has the capacity to crawl out of the lowest points in our lives and create a new life. I've been doing this shit for 30 years. I believe this firmly. It's a choice. It's a perception. It's the faith in yourself to have the capacity to do it one more time, and then one more time, and then one more time to climb out. Because life is all peaks and valleys. The question you got to ask yourself when you're in your valley isn't, why did this happen to me? But rather, what am I willing to do to get out of it? What am I willing to do to continue to strive to reach my peak? Valleys can be temporary. They really are temporary if you choose not to settle inside of them. And again, you'll always have that choice in life. Remember, in every single moment of your life, you have choice. Even if you feel like you don't, just understand that's your thinking mind. That's a belief you have that is not true. We all have that genius inside of us to choose. We all have the power to choose and create what is yet to be seen in your life. And it's up to you to make the choice to choose to speak and create your dreams, your peaks, the desires in your heart into existence. And I sure hope that you start to do that right now. I sure hope that you stop convincing yourself that what you believe about your limitations are true, because they're lies. They're based on fear and doubt. And all fear and doubt all they are thoughts that you've chosen to believe that become the beliefs that you live by. And you can change your thoughts and you can choose new beliefs. You can choose your thoughts too. The universe supports you. It supports you in your dreams. The universe wants you to succeed. The universe wants you to feel wealthy in all ways. I support you. And now it's your time to give yourself the support you need to not only cultivate the faith in the unseen. That's how things become reality, is that we have this sense, this faith, this knowingness that what is yet to be created already exists. And that all we need to do is bring it to life. This is a quantum concept. So you have the capacity to create the unseen, to cultivate the faith in your ability to do that, and in a greater power and faith in yourself that no matter what life throws at you, that you can and you will crawl out of your valley and move towards your peak and reach it. It's time for you to choose to see that right now. And I hope you do. I hope you choose to look at whatever bullshit you're going through right now, whatever seems difficult, hard, impossible, that it's all in how you choose to look at it. I'm not saying that it's not, but I want you to be on the other side of your mountain. I want you to really keep that in your mind. Dip into your dream every single day. Touch it, feel it, hear it, know it, connect with it. Be the version of you that already exists in the dream that you have for yourself so that you can get out of your valley. Do that every single day. And before you know it, you will be creating the unseen and making it seen. I believe in you. I have faith in you. I love you. For those women, I've talked about this before, who are ready to get out of your valley, who are ready to move towards your peak, who are ready to feel that beautiful, supreme sense of fulfillment so that you have this true sense of happiness, right? And you're doing things that you've always wanted to do, taking the chances, stepping up into your genius. I've got this program aligned. It's coming for you in September. And what I want you to do is I want you to hop on my website. I want you to enter your email address and download the free report that I have for you that's going to start you on your path. That will get you on the wait list for the program. I'm so excited. This program is just, it's a first of its kind. For me, it's this pilot program and a very special few of you. There are limited seatings, and a very special few of you will be chosen to be founding members and will be able to help me create this revolution and also truly change your lives. That's why I'm here, to help people do that. So please go ahead, hop on over to my website, enter your email and your name, and get on the wait list for this amazing program called Aligned. I hope today has been helpful for you, and maybe you need to re-listen to this. Maybe something in here is really going to shake you into believing that you can create what's unseen and create it to be seen, that you have the capacity to do that. I wish you a blessed day, a wonderful week, and as always, live intuitively.
Thanks for listening to The Intuitive Therapist. If you like what you heard, the best compliment you can give us is to share this podcast with a friend, and be sure to give us some stars and a favorable review at Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen in.